Hello everyone, Jake Becker here, Pioneer Field Agronomist for the Northern Texas Panhandle. We got a little rain shower last night and we're going to get more in the future, and that's the way our growing season has been, right? We've had some cool, wet growing conditions early on in the season. One important item to consider when thinking about these cool, wet conditions is growth stages of corn. Here we've got a little corn and a big corn, right? Can we tell what growth stages these are? Well, yes, we can. We'll explain that later on in this video. Why is that important, right? At about the V6 time of growth stage in corn, the growing point is coming above the ground. The other important factor is that this small growth stage in corn, it's trying to determine the number of kernels around the ear. Basically, we want to do what we can to make this corn happy at this small growth stage. One of the ways we can do this is with nitrogen. A lot of producers put nitrogen on with their starter, either through 1034 or some other type of mix, but we need a lot of that nitrogen is either ran out or sunk lower in the soil profile. So we need to do whatever we can to try to get a shot of nitrogen on before V6, whether that's slinging it on with dry or pumping it through the pivot. Obviously we have a lot of saturated soil conditions, but the good thing is usually we can put on 20, 30, 40 pounds of nitrogen and not run on much water, say less than 6/10 of an inch. The other important factor to consider with growth stages is herbicide applications. Read the label of your post-herbicide application. Super important. Some labels will talk about the height of the plant, like do not apply over, say, 30 inches. Some will talk about a growth stage, say do not apply past V8. We'll talk about that in a minute. Some labels have both. They talk about a height restriction and a growth restriction. Biggest thing is read the label. If it tells you to take the height, get a ruler out there, measure that corn plant. There's lots of important processes that are going on in this young corn's life. We need to make sure that we keep the yield bar as high as we can for the future. So when we talk about growth stages in plants, it's all about leaf collars. The first leaf is always going to have a rounded tip. You can see from this corn that I've lost the first leaf, but we can see the second leaf and the third leaf. This is a V3 corn plant. This corn plant here is obviously much bigger, but how much more along is it in growth stages? So we can count V1, V2, V3, V4, and V5. You can see those leaves alternate back and forth. So this is a V5 corn plant. If you have any questions about this or any other topic, please contact your local Pioneer Field Agronomist or your local Pioneer Field Sales Professional. Thank you and have a great day.
That concludes this Pioneer Growing Point Agronomy video podcast. Visit our page on pioneer.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more agronomy insights.